guys, welcome back. So, it's been a while since I posted, and ignore me today because I'm a mess. No makeup, I'm filthy. I have been working on a flower bed all day. So, yeah. But, I wanted to come on, and I really hope I'm holding the phone the right way when I'm doing these videos with just like my phone. So, if this ends up looking funny, I apologize, and next time I'll try and like either turn the video like this or like this. I don't know. I just recorded this and it looked like the whole video was gonna be turned the wrong way, so if this is wrong, I apologize and I will do better next time. But I wanted to come on and let you guys know what's been going on. Some of you guys have asked about the car accident, so I'm gonna get into that. We were coming out from Tyler's work, and the road right in front of our mall is called Hamilton Boulevard, and it's always really busy. Well, a couple cars in front of us, the guy slammed on his brakes to turn into a restaurant, and the girl behind us, when she went to stop, she sent her purse flying, and rather than waiting, she went ahead and started picking all that up off of the floorboard, and she just ran right into us. And then so we pulled off onto the side of the road, and they got the cop and the ambulance and the fire department out there. It really wasn't that big of a deal, but my back was hurting, and I already have back issues. And so as soon as I told the ambulance that my back was hurting, they threw a neck brace on me, and they rushed me literally across the street. Okay, guys, like, we were here, and, like, this is the road, and then the hospital was here. Like, we could have went. But then the whole time I'm like strapped to this board, and the girl driving is like, we have one freaking unit in Hamilton County, and we're responding to a non-emergency. And I literally was like, lady, you didn't have to rush me to the hospital. Like, I could have drove. Like, I was gonna go over and get checked out. You guys just asked me, and the cop asked me if I was hurt, and I said my back was hurting, and you guys strapped me down. Like, don't gripe at me for that. So that happened, and now we're just waiting to get our car in the shop to see if there's any like internal damage. I got assaulted. Yeah, you guys are probably really interested. So my friend came over, and she was a little drunk. I didn't know she was drunk before she came over, but she was drunk. And obviously she was making, me a little uncomfortable, my sister a little uncomfortable, so we left. I told her, like, she's been my friend, guys, since, like, 7th grade, so I told her, hey, take about an hour or so, sober up, drink some water, eat some food, I'm gonna go do this thing, and, just don't drive home yet, wait a little bit. Well, she had this guy come over to follow her or take her home or something. So when I came back by to see if she was still here, he was here, and they were leaving. And our cat had kittens, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I told her she could have a kitten. And so she walked out with a kitten. I locked the door behind him, and when I came back about an hour later to see if they were gone, he was chasing her around in my yard, had broke her phone. She had bruises all up and down her arm from him and scratch marks all over her. And so I get in between them, and I'm like, dude, you need to leave. Like, I'm going to call the cops. You're not welcome here. You need to leave. Well, he shoves me. I slap him in the back of the head, pull him over to his car, put him in his car, and I'm like, you need to leave. You are technically trespassing at this point, and I'm going to call the cops if you do not leave. And I think he had been drinking too. And so he, starts to get back out of the car, and he's like, well, if she doesn't make it home because of you, and he shoved me again. So I clobbered him in the side of the head. I pushed him back in the car. I slammed his door. And I'm just like, leave. And I'm starting to call 911. Well, then he leaves, and Emily's still drunk. Sorry, I like swallowed some dirt or something. Anyways, Emily, my friend, is still drunk, and she's like freaking out because I guess this guy had broke into my house and put her kitten back and took one that he wanted. So he's stolen a kitten. So I'm like taking her back to her house, and I'm like on the phone with the cops, and you know, I'm letting them know what happened and where I'm taking her. And this guy pulls out of a church parking lot and starts following me. So I let the cops know. So I drop her off. They didn't need to talk to me, so I dropped her off. They couldn't find the kitten. They did finally find it. I don't know if his mom got it out, or if the cops found it, but they did finally find it, and we did get it back. But then as soon as I got home, Tyler was pulling in the driveway, and then we called the cops all over again, and he got arrested, and I don't know if I'm going to have to go to court, but yeah, that was a thing that happened. That was fun. And if, you know, you want even more great news, we had some kittens, and so the mom cat, when they were 4 weeks old, I don't know if she ran away, and or if she like went off somewhere and died, because she wasn't doing good at all. And she got out of the house, which was fine. She was an indoor-outdoor cat, and she never came back. So we started bottle feeding and formula feeding. Well, at this point, really, the kittens, they didn't need to be bottle fed because they could lap up formula, so we were just feeding them formula. And the reason I went ahead and let Emily have a cat was because she had a mom cat as well. So I was like, well, chances are the mom cat will probably end up feeding the kitten, and if not, she was, you know, had formula. So, and so that was at 4 weeks, and we kind of started weaning them on some wet food, and this one little kitten just started diarrhea, throwing up. So I was like, you know what, 24 hours he was fine. So I was like, we're gonna keep you off of the wet food for a little bit. And it was fine. And you know, at 5 weeks we tried it again, did the same thing. Well, then the whole next day it didn't move, it didn't eat, and when I went to take it that night, when I went to take it over to the food bowl, it just fell over. So me and Tyler rushed into the emergency room and spent like 3 hours there. And they came out and they said that they couldn't get its glucose up. They couldn't get its temperature up. They ran all kind of tests on it. They had no idea what was wrong. They kind of wrapped it up to like a fading kitten syndrome, kind of like a failure to thrive, and they put it down. And like Tyler and I cried the whole way home. But then like the next day, the other kittens started getting diarrhea. So I started looking it up, and it looked like maybe they had a parasite, and I'm going to butcher this, but like coccidia. And if the mom ran off and died, that explained why she was looking so sick, because it affects cats that are sick, kittens, or like really old cats. And when I say sick, it can also be a weak immune system. So pregnant moms, it can really ruin like their lives too. And you know, we didn't know. Everybody had just told us that she was just skinny from breastfeeding. Looking back on it, she had some weird poop, but we thought it was from the cat food because our other cat was doing it. But once we switched the cat food, he's fine. And I don't know about her because that was about the time she got out of the house and she didn't show back up. But and apparently kittens can get it through like breast milk, or they're exposed to their mom's feces a lot. And so we ended up, because we had just spent $200 on the other kitten, and right now with us having this mini IVF, we're just not in a financial situation to try and take care of all these kittens. It would have been like $170 for all 3 kittens just for an office visit. That's not including all of the tests that they would have ran, all of the medicines. So McCamey is an animal rescue, and Bob McCamey is over Toyota, and he donates hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars to this place, and it's great. And we took him in there, and it was like $60 to, you know, surrender them. And but they listened to us when we told them that there was something not right with the kittens, and they immediately like had their vet come out and take them back, and they started like checking them. So we felt better about that, because the only other option was just, you know, wait it out and see what happened. And I had some people who wanted to take the kittens home, and I just didn't feel right if like they got worse and then they took them home, or I don't know. And some of them I was like, hey, you're welcome to have the kitten, you're just gonna need to take it to the vet, and like, because I think there's something wrong. And they were like, well, you know, we don't really want to do that because you know how people are. But they'll get adopted. They were adorable. They were little white, fluffy white and gray kittens. But yeah, we have not had a good past 2 weeks at all. But on a brighter note, my dad's been in town this week, so that's been fun. We did get our mini IVF paid for. So if any of you guys can explain this to me, they told us that the last 2 weeks in June, which is when we're going on vacation, is when they would have to do the stim and then do the egg retrieval. But she said that since I was going on vacation, if I wanted, we could actually do it the first 2 weeks in June. I just needed to let her know. So I don't know how they can flip-flop those dates. If you guys know anything about that, let me know in the comments below. But as soon as I get more information on that, I will let you guys know. Just as far as everything else has gone, we've only paid for it, and then we've had some blood work done, and I haven't even got the results on that yet. So I'm gonna call them Monday, see what's going on. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be doing the mini IVF at the beginning of June, and then while we are on summer vacation, we will know if we are pregnant. But I don't have any shout outs for this video. I'm sorry, guys. I'm the worst, I know. But if you leave me a comment, like this video, subscribe, I'll give you a shout out. So, you know, let me know what you guys have been up to. Let me know if you know anything about the IVF. I'll give you a shout out. If you like this video, let me know that you liked it. I'll give you a shout out. And if you are new and you subscribed, let me know that you subscribed and I will give you a shout out. So remember, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, then me, Tyler, and Corey will do the Bean Boozled game. That'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, so I love you guys. I will see you guys hopefully in a few days. Mwah. Bye.